Hello, I'm Monique Diop, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
And I'm Erin Palmer, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Dana Piccoli. Hi, Dana.
Hi, it's nice to be here with you.
Thanks for being here, Dana. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, including your experience and background?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Dana Piccoli. I'm a writer and editor, and my particular set of skills would be queer media, a lot of entertainment, lifestyle culture. That's kind of where I have lived for the last decade. But I am the editor of News is Out, which is a queer media collaborative of 6 queer media publishers around the country. And so I started this about a decade ago, and I haven't looked back.
Okay. I was wondering where you got all that input. I was following News is Out, and you have local stuff. And I was kind of surprised to see some of our information from DC on there. And I said, okay, so you're keeping up with the times, Dana.
Well, we have 2 DC members. So we have Tag Magazine and the Washington Blade. So we like to think of it as kind of making the local national. We think it's important to be able to take News is Out and showcase a lot of the important work that our publishers are doing on a local basis, because that is important to people around the country. Just because it's happening in DC doesn't mean it's not important to someone like me in the Pacific Northwest. So we do showcase a lot of local content, but we also do a lot of national reaching stories.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Dana, can you, for our viewers who may not be familiar with News is Out, can you give a little bit of background about what it is and what it's comprised of?
Yes. So News is Out is a queer media collaborative. That means we have 6 publishers that are a part of News is Out. So like I said, Tag Magazine, Washington Blade, Philadelphia Gay News, Dallas Voice, Windy City Times, and Bay Area Reporter. So we're basically spread out all over the country. And so these 6 publishers have come together under the house of News is Out to really support each other and create a sustainable network for queer media. I think if we have been paying attention at all the last few years, we've seen quite a few queer media sites close their doors, really struggle to stay open, especially with the pandemic. This really allows us to have a stronger base to maintain stability and really kind of grow at a bigger pace than just as individuals. And it's just such an honor to be working with these incredible people who have been running sites, some of them for 50 plus years. Well, not them particularly, but the sites have been going for 50 plus years. And it's just every day I get to go to work and work with incredible people like Mark Siegel at Philadelphia Gay News, who is just just huge activist, and he was at Stonewall. Like what a cool thing to do, to just log into a meeting and talk and commiserate and work on projects with these people.
Yeah, that's some good work. So I'm glad that you're doing it and picking up where we have some absences there. I was really happy to see, like I said, when I saw the local news, I said, okay, so you're on point. So, and you had some really tough ones on there as well. We saw something that was right here in my community about an incident that happened with a local LGBTQ advocate. And I saw that you covered it. So I was very happy about that and seeing our face on your site.
Well, we have the RSS feed that we make sure, and I populate it on a daily basis with content from our publishers. And then we also have our own unique content that we create in-house. We have collaboration articles. We have a big article about education and LGBT youth that we did right in when we kicked things off with News is Out. So it's important for us to really listen to the people who are reading our publications. We did a survey when we first started. We had 1,100 people participate, which was amazing, from all over the country. And we said, what do you want to see covered? Like, do you feel heard? Do you feel seen? And we got so much feedback from that. And that really informs the day-to-day at News is Out. We want people to come to us and say, oh, wow, like you said, like, it's so great to see my city covered here in a national way, or getting to talk to Rayceen, like, what an honor, and getting to share Rayceen with maybe people outside of the area that maybe aren't familiar with Rayceen's work. So it's just a really great opportunity, and it always goes back to what the readers want. And that is in the front of my mind and every article I write and every article I edit.
Okay. So how did you get involved with writing?
So I have a degree in musical theater. I do not have a journalism school background, but I've always been really interested in queer media and how LGBT people are represented in media. And I was a songwriter for a long time. And so I started writing songs about my favorite shows, particularly that had LGBT characters in them. And I wrote a song about a show, and then it got picked up by the show. And then I got discovered by, at the time, after Ellen, this was many, 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 many years ago. And they really liked what I was doing and my voice, and asked me if I would start vlogging for them. So it really started as songwriting into vlogging into writing. And, because really, when you're vlogging, you're pretty much writing a script, in some ways. And I would write an original song for each vlog that I did. So it was kind of a interesting process to get into writing itself, but that was 10 years ago, and now I'm here. Been writing professionally for over a decade.
Awesome. Well, you were just like a woman of all trades and skills. I saw that, and I'm a fan of Pretty Little Liars. I know.
Oh yes.
But still,
that's what got me there.
Yes. So I don't hate you for that. I loved it, and I was singing along, and I said, "Oh, I missed that so much." So I might start doing some reviews now because
there you go.
Your song. Yes, it was pretty cute.
I love the career evolution. It's really, really wonderful to see how songwriting led to vlogging, led to writing, led to all these other things.
I mean, if you ask my mom, she said always that she thought I was going to be a writer. And so I'm proving her right nowadays. But yeah, it was not what I expected, but it has been such a satisfying thing for me. And I just love doing it. And I love being able to communicate with my community in this way. And I always say, I really try to come at things especially when I'm writing about entertainment, I try to come at things from a fan's perspective, because I am a fan. And I think that is something that has helped me, create a following and develop relationships with people over the years, is because, like, deep down inside, I'm you. And I'm just trying to fight for the best representation for our community as possible.
Yes, I totally get that.
Yes. Dana, tell us about this photo and some of your more recent moderating work.
Yeah, so this is me back when I had pink hair, pre-pandemic. This is me at ClexaCon, and ClexaCon is a convention, an entertainment convention for queer women's entertainment. So you're going to see television shows, web series, movies, all sorts of things represented at ClexaCon. And so I'm the lead moderator there, and I do a lot of their main stage panels. And this is me obviously enjoying something that I have heard, probably laughing at my own joke, actually, let's be honest.
That's good. We have to laugh at ourselves, if nothing else. Tell us about this photo.
All right, so the 100, if you're familiar at all, the 100 had a very pivotal death of a lesbian character. And that really kind of inspired ClexaCon. The character's name was Lexa. And she had this throne. And this is I guess a model of this throne that she had, and it has always lived at ClexaCon, and every year it's a tradition of mine to get my picture taken in Lexa's throne.
I love it. So for our viewers who aren't familiar with this program, what does your moderating look like? Like, what is the act of moderating at ClexaCon?
I like to bring a lot of energy. I like to really put myself in the position of the people watching, at the same time of putting myself in the position of the people I'm interviewing. So it is important to me that I make both divisions of the panel feel safe and feel heard and understood. And I think it's important, especially I've watched panels where things go off the rails. And that has always been something that I wanted to make sure didn't happen in one of my panels. And so I try to ask questions that I don't hear a lot, or maybe somebody hasn't already answered in another panel or an interview somewhere. And I think what makes me a successful moderator is that I have the ability to continue a conversation and not just have to like look at my questions and be focused on what's next. I want to live in the moment,
Right.
because those organic moments are what's so important to fans, and how these actors and writers really connect to fans on such an intimate level. So I think that's what I bring to moderating.
So Dana, tell us a little bit about your book.
So I wrote a book. Never thought that would happen. I wrote a book back in 2019. Unfortunately, the pandemic kind of squashed any opportunities for me to really do any touring or book signings or whatnot. But so yeah, Savor the Moment came out in 2019 through Bella Books. It is my first and only book. I've been considering writing something else, period piece, but we'll deal with that another time. But yeah, it's a kind of lighthearted romance between a musician and a pastry chef with a lot of queer characters. And I'm really proud of it. And if you're interested in queer romance, then check it out. It's available pretty much wherever you order your books. And the publisher is Bella Books.
Amazing. So tell us how viewers can keep up with you, what you're working on, how they can get in touch and learn more, all the good stuff.
So while it's still around, you can catch me on Twitter at Dana Piccoli, same with Instagram. And I just joined Hive. So if you're over on Hive, then follow me at the same. I use my name, Dana Piccoli, it's 2 C's, 1 L, on pretty much any social network.
Thank you so much. Monique, do you have any other questions?
I don't know. I think she covered most of them, and I see enough of her on social media to catch up on my own.
Oh, but yes, follow News is Out at News is Out. We are on Twitter right now. We're also on Facebook, and we'll be expanding soon into LinkedIn and Instagram, but newsisout.com. We would be thrilled to have you join our party over there.
Very
Amazing.
Thank you. Well, viewers, please look in the description below for the links. Thank you for joining us, Dana. It was so awesome having you here.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and wish you a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you, Dana. It's such a pleasure. To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media and subscribe to the Team Rayceen YouTube channel.
And viewers, thank you for watching.